how to say I'm sorry and why you would want to, or the tale of two apologies. This is the story of two apologies. Apology number one sounds like this. Oh, hey, Mary. Yeah, I wanted to let you know I'm really sorry about yesterday if you were offended when I told that joke. So I wanted to let you know that, okay? Now, in that apology, Dan, let the person know, I'm a jackass. Why would we want to say that to somebody?
DanTheGunnerTraining.com.
Today what I'm going to give you is the words. I'm going to give you a specific freestyle script to help get that contrition from your brain and out of your mouth as effectively as possible, so that when you apologize to somebody, it'll have the greatest impact possible. And if you're new to this channel, I'm communication skills expert Dan O'Connor, and I specialize in tactical communication, which means I specialize in studying and then delivering to you the words that have been proven to get you the result that you're looking to get in record time. That's what tactical communication is about. So for more tips like these, make sure to subscribe to this channel if you have not yet done so. That helps support this channel, okay? I would appreciate that. So to get started, let's talk about the 5 steps. This is what we call a freestyle script. Remember, a freestyle script is a script that is giving you a guide, a framework to help get the thoughts from your brain out of your mouth. So I want to give you a framework that has been proven, shown, studied, and crafted to help you do that. So to do that, first of all, let's talk about specifically why we are apologizing. Remember that the act of contrition is separate from the act of forgiveness. Let's talk about that just for a moment, because that will affect the way we go in and speak. I have to remember that there are few things in life over which I have total power, and they happen to be the 3 most important things that I could possibly do in my life: love, forgive, and atone. I can't think of many things that are more important than those 3 things. My ability and capacity to love you is separate from and independent from your love that you have for me. That's empowering to me. Also, when I choose to forgive you, because that's part of any relationship, when I choose to forgive you, that is independent from your asking for me to forgive you. Your contrition and my forgiveness are independent from one another, because I don't forgive you for you. I forgive you for me. That's something that I do for me. That's empowering to me when I'm able to forgive you. My asking for forgiveness and my ability to atone, or my intention to atone anyway, is separate from your ability or desire to forgive me. Now, of course, trying to heal somebody's emotional wounds that we may have caused, that's a good thing. And if I can do that, great. But the act of atonement is an independent act that I'm making regardless of your forgiveness. And I want to keep that in mind, because that's not the goal to get you to forgive me. That hopefully, in most cases, is a side effect. But that is not always the case, that we can get or even ask for someone's forgiveness. And that, again, is an independent factor that is not part of the goal. The goal is to truly atone for what I did, to atone for the effect of my actions. And it's kind of like I have this road on the drive home to my house. I live in kind of a country environment. And when I'm driving home, there's this one road that's very narrow and there's no lights. And when it rains, there's a huge drainage ditch on the side of the road. And I frequently think to myself, oh, if I ever slip into that ditch, I'd be doomed. Doomed. So I better watch it, because I have trouble seeing at night. And when it's raining, it's even more difficult. So if it's raining, I'm in a mountain, on a winding road, in the dark, that could be trouble. So I try to proceed with great caution so that I don't slip into that ditch, because I know if just one tire slips in there, it's difficult to pull it out of there. Really difficult. I need to, if that happened to me, I would need to call upon powers greater than me to help me get out of that ditch. That is exactly what I am doing when I'm trying to atone for my actions. I have set myself on a course in the universe, or wherever, however you think about it, on a trajectory that is not the desired trajectory of my life. I have gone astray, and I need to get back on track. I need to atone for what I did so that I can reset the course of my life. That's not about you. That is about me. I'm going to do my best to atone. There you go. So keep that in mind, because there are times, when, let's say that you and another person really act horribly and you go in to apologize and you say, I'm sorry for what I did. Hello? And they're like, good, you should be. And we're like, I take it back. I'm not sorry. Then if that's the attitude we walked in with, that we would actually that we have the ability to take back our apology if we don't get something for it, that was a hollow one to begin with and would not have helped pull me out of that ditch to begin with. That does not help me atone. And this is not about you. This is about me. So that said, let's go on to the 5 steps. If you follow these 5 steps, you can walk away knowing I did my best to not only apologize and atone, but help heal the wounds that I may have caused in you step number 1, apologize for the effect of what I did had. So remember, step number 1, the specific words that you want to start with are going to be, I apologize for. Not I'm sorry, that's way too easy, too much of a cop-out, and I try to purge that in general anyway. And not I'm sorry if. Let's not start that. I apologize for. I'm starting out with the effect, not the cause. I am the cause of suffering. I am the cause of dis-ease. I am the cause of someone being out of alignment. I am the cause, not the effect. The effect I'm apologizing for and trying to atone for because I caused that. So that's what I'm apologizing first and foremost. It's kind of like in any of the messages or the communication courses that I have. You'll know that I stress knowing the first thing you're going to say and the last thing you're going to say, because that's where the power lives in our messages, at the beginning and at the end. In a sentence, focus on the beginning of it if you need to restructure your sentences, and we should be focusing on our sentence structure. The power lives at the beginning of our sentences. So focus on that. Just as the power lives at the beginning of a paragraph, the first sentence in a paragraph. The power lives in the first thing we say in an interaction. The power is first. So I want to focus on the most important thing that I'm trying to atone for, and that is the effect of my actions. So not I apologize for calling you a name. I apologize for hurting your feelings. I apologize for betraying you. I apologize for ruining your birthday party. I apologize for embarrassing you. That is how we start. Then we move along to step number 2, when we admit what you did. So now is when we're going to say, when I, yada, yada, when I called you that name in front of our friends, and when I took credit for your work in that meeting, when I shoved your face in the birthday cake. Now, we want to remember not to giggle if we still think what we did is funny. If we express that, we just make matters worse. All right. And I'd like you to tell me, what are the things that you apologize for, or that you're looking for some help apologizing for? Or maybe you're going to send this video to somebody and say, hey, here's a hint. And you're kind of nudging them to apologize to you for something that they did. What are these issues? Maybe it's just one word, like I apologize for lying, cheating, whatever it may be. Let me know in the comments, could you? Because I want to structure these so that they are as specific as possible. And if you could let me know what are the types of things that come to mind when you think of apologies, I would appreciate that. So take a moment and jot that in the comments if you could, please. That helps me help everybody a little bit more. And step number 3, I did it because. You want to tell somebody why you did what you did. The reason is, there are many reasons why, but I think the top reasons are because. Just like if you have gone through one of my customer service courses, you know that when I tell a customer why whatever happened to them happened, that helps them feel better knowing that I have investigated what the reason was and am now trying to prevent that from recurring or happening to anybody else. Even if I will never see you again as a customer, or even if our relationship right now is, seemingly terminating and I might not see you again as a colleague or a friend, whatever it may be, I want you to know that I recognize how important this was, enough to recognize what the real problem was, the cause of this effect. And I'm going to work on that and try to prevent it from happening again. That makes the people, the victim, feel better. So, I'm not technically a licensed lawyer, but I watch a lot of Judge Judy and Cops. And if you do too, you know that the victim of a crime, in this case, the victim of our crime, whatever it was, they want to know that we know what we did. They want us to admit it and are going to try to prevent that from happening again, even if it's not with them, with anyone else, because it was wrong, period. So saying that helps me atone for what I did when I can say, by the way, I do a lot of personal coaching. And if you would like any personal coaching, make sure to send Jean or me an email. because the website that has the personal coaching scheduling is still under construction a little bit. So if you need any help, make sure to let us know and I will help you however I can. In my coaching sessions, it's very rare that I'm talking to somebody about why they did something for which they now need to atone, and that the real root of the problem is not fear. For example, I guess if I am honest, I was afraid that maybe my friends were beginning to like you even a little bit more than they like me, and that freaked me out. And so I tried to put the kibosh on that because I make really bad decisions when I feel threatened or insecure, and I apologize for that, and I want you to know I'm working on that. It wasn't about you, it was about me. Or, I guess I was afraid that maybe you were moving a little bit more quickly in this company than I ever was able to, and I guess it's kind of a threat to have somebody be more successful more quickly than I was or am. So I want you to know I'm a baby, and that was a horrible thing for me to do. I did it because I was freaked out and I was wrong, and I want you to know I acknowledge that, and it won't happen again. When I can tell you the root reason of why I did something, if it's something for which I now need to atone, chances are it's because of a fear that I have that was brought up in this moment. And I recognize that, and I was wrong. There's not a whole lot that we can't forgive people for when they are just straightforward and honest with the cause. The reason why they did what they did. Then we're almost done. We move along to step number 4. And I want to again reiterate, I recognize these things and I'm working on it so it won't happen again. Now, by the way, throughout this process, remember, I never want to ask you to forgive me because that is going to sabotage this whole thing. Selfishness, when added to an apology, can just backfire on us and make it even worse. And that's not the point. I'm atoning because I'm atoning. Period. I'm not doing it so that you will forgive me and I will feel better. And then step number 5, the peace offering. This is where I'm going to show you. Now, there's a course that I have called The 5 Love Languages at Work. And that's a course based on Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Love Languages. You've probably heard of it. There are many courses and books that have been based on that, and I have several of them. It's a very quick read, the book, or it's a very quick course, the course that I have. They're either made for work or personal life, or both. And mine tend to be focused on my personal life because that also translates into work. There are 5 languages that people have when they recognize or send signals of love. And those are going to be the same 5 languages that people use when they recognize or send signals of contrition or gratitude or respect. And in this case, I want to know what your language is. I mean, if it's important enough for me to apologize, it should be important enough for me to take the time to recognize your language and then speak that to you when I apologize to you. Remember that there are only 5 languages. There's words, gifts, acts of service, quality time, and touch. I want to, at the end, tell you what I've already done to show you how sorry I am, how sincere I am. For example, and so to show you how important this was to me, I want you to know I was thinking about you on the way to work, and I stopped by your favorite donut place, and I picked you up a coconut glazed donut just to show you again that this has been on my mind, how wrong I was and how sorry I am. So I hope that you enjoy that. Or maybe so I want you to know that during lunchtime, I went out and I detailed the outside of your car. So I hope that you enjoy that. And as you drive around in your detailed car, I hope you remember that when I was doing that, the whole time I was thinking about how much I regret what I did because you and this relationship are so important to me. And I just wanted to show you that. So enjoy. Or maybe I'm asking you to go out for lunch with me and let's hang out and just the two of us, just talk and shoot the breeze. What do you say? Maybe if that's your language is, let's say, quality time. But remember, a word of warning. When you speak somebody's language to them, whether you're apologizing or showing love or contrition or gratitude or respect, whatever it may be, make sure you invest the time to do it correctly. Because if you do it incorrectly, like for one, I think it was 2 Christmases ago, somebody gave me a mug and it was really a nice mug. It was personalized and it was expensive and it had a lot of meaning. I know because I bought it for someone else, and the person that gave it to me, I know exactly what happened. On their way out the door, they thought, oh yeah, Dan's language is is giving and receiving gifts. So I better give him, I'll give him this gift. And he didn't realize that the mug that he was giving me a gift that had been re-gifted to him from someone that I had originally given the mug to. And when I got it, I thought to myself, so let me get this straight. Knowing that this is my language, you thought this is what I'm worth. This is how much you're going to invest in speaking my language. You're going to grab a mug from under the tree on your way out the door that somebody already given you, and you were such an ingrate, you didn't even bother to put it in a special place. You just stuck it under the tree, and on your way out the door thought, oh, this looks good, I'll give this to Dan. And that's what you gave me? That's what I'm worthy of? All right. I'm glad that where I got your present, I'm glad they take returns where I bought your present, So you want to watch it, because if I, for example, thought, okay, your language is quality time, so I'm going to ask you out for lunch, and then the whole time I was on my cell phone or doing something else, you're going to think, really? This? Okay, jackass. So to avoid making that faux pas, make sure that when we invest in speaking somebody's language, we truly invest in knowing how to most effectively speak it with them and then do that. And the rewards that we reap are going to be 10 times what we sow every time when we invest in our relationships. So I hope that you are investing in your relationships and putting all of that together. What I'm doing is I'm telling you, I am sorry for the effect of my actions when I did what I did. I recognize how wrong I was and why I did it. And I hope you know how sincere I am when I tell you how sorry that I am and that it won't happen again. And to show you a representation of the depths of my contrition, I've done this for you. I'm giving you this. I'm doing this, whatever it may be. What more could we possibly do? That's as much as we could possibly do. And I want to do as much as I possibly can. Again, remember, I don't do that for you. I hope that the icing on the contrite cake that I'm giving you, of course, many times is going to be you forgiving me. That's great. But that's not the point. When I apologize to you, I take time to really reflect on what it is I did, the effect that it had, and trying to atone for it, because that's who I am. And I want to invest in the relationships that I have for a much bigger picture than simply you and me sitting here. But it is important to me that you are sitting here. And so I hope that you watching this video, it's important to me. So I hope that whoever you're sitting with is important to you, and I hope that you're important to them. I hope that really you're surrounded with people that you love and who love you right back. That's important. And it's important that we speak loving words to the people we love. So no matter what message you have to send, I hope you can remember that I'll be the first one to tell you it does not matter what you have to say. If you have to say it, you can say it in a loving way. So I hope you honor the people that you love and that you're with by speaking loving words to them. Because remember, no matter what you have to say, you can say it in a loving way. And if you have any challenges doing that, I can help you do that. So comment below or shoot me an email and I will help you however I can. I'm always here for you. And if you wanted to check out our premium resources in the store, remember danoconnor.training.com, and the VIP Pass gets you access to everything that I have. If you needed any of the resources, including the VIP Pass, but are having some financial challenges, let me know and I'll help you with that. And above all else, remember, we can change this global dialogue. It has been spiraling down the cosmic toilet, swirly, but since you have made it this far in the video, I know that together you and I can change it. So let's do that one conversation at a time. And it all begins by speaking loving words. So I hope until next time, you can do that. And if you have any challenges, I'll be here to help. For everyone here at Dan O'Connor Training, this is Dan O'Connor saying arrivederci.